Hi viewers, this is me MC Monisha. So welcome to my talk show. Hi Maryann, welcome to my talk show. So
Thank
this is
you.
a special gift of plant for you. A money plant. Wishing you loads of joy, loads of wealth and prosperity. So it gives me a lot of happiness to have you here. Especially being a senior MC in the industry. And I have, seen you and I've grown up. I would like to start. I've only, seen you as an MC, but I never know how you had your break. Let's get to hear the beautiful, short, wonderful journey of yours to now what you are.
So most of them don't know that I was a dancer before I came into emceeing, and I used to dance since I was in school and was more like passionate dancing. ICE exhibition 2000, 2002, one of the 2 years, I'm not able to recollect. So before that I was doing a couple of road shows here and there, and just for the sake of earning that extra pocket money kind. And somewhere when I was just out of 10th and I was in 12th kind, there was this Indian commercial exhibition that happens in Island Grounds. So I was dancing for that, and all of a sudden what had happened was there was an MC on stage who, she basically I think went for a bio break. I have no idea where she went, but the chief guest then was Srikanth.
Okay.
And no. Cricketer Srikanth.
Okay.
And then he landed up coming up, and they said, just start the show because we were already behind, and the ground was full, and we needed to start off the evening. So my friend said, okay, just take the mic and introduce the dance team and let's start. So I just took the mic, I introduced the dance team, and I started off. When I introduced the dance team on stage, we went on stage and we danced. And immediately after some time, they said, can you introduce the next act as well? So I was assuming the girl has not come back, so that's why I was going to do it. So I never realized I was actually doing the entire valedictory function. And then they came to me in the next day and said, hey, would you mind taking this up and doing it? I was like, no, I prefer dancing. So they were like, please do it for 20 days. So I'm like, okay, let me try doing it. And they said I could also dance, so nothing like it. Yeah. And I never knew I was getting paid for it. That's the best thing. It was basically 20 days me getting to do the same thing day in and day out. So that's how I started my career. Thanks to a little girl who was the MC and didn't turn up for that event. 1 year from then I was doing IIT, and then there was a huge article in the paper calling me the IIT girl. That itself was my break event. When I was actually finishing my college and I was looking for career opportunities, I realized I was already there. So I'm like, I'm already right there, and then so I realized probably from here I just have to take it to one level extra. And one thing I was certain of is I want to do something that I like doing. I was very clear about that. So that's how I pretty much started my career, my emceeing career, and then from there it's almost like 16, 17 years has just gone by just like that.
So I had no clue that you were a dancer too. So what are the styles you dance?
I specialize in Java and rock and roll.
So have you learned dancing from any trainer or something, or it's just that you've seen television?
No, so I come from a community which is an Anglo-Indians, right? So for us, it's like teaching the Punjabi to Bhangra. So Java and rock and roll is a part of our community. It's a part of what we do. So I started dancing only because I needed the money to pay my school fees. Probably it was to an early age, class 8 or class 9, but no regrets.
Dance or MC, what would you choose now?
Dancing in my personal life, MC as my professional life.
The best moment that you think as an MC, how does it make you feel?
On an overall journey, I think it's only because of my emceeing career has made me who I am today. It kind of created this awareness that I'm not too sure if any other profession would have helped me understand. I know what it is.
It created an identity for you, I would say that way.
Oh yes, it did create an identity for me. Maybe about when I was caring for my first son, I just decided that I want to train somebody. And then when I opened doors and I seen like a whole lot of people that came and said, can I? Yeah, why not? And then I realized I do have an identity. Until then, I was not certain of the kind of identity I created. So when I finished my 15 years in the industry, what I did was I wanted to have a word with a couple of my event guys in terms of what they think of me as a person. I was expecting people to say, on stage she's a rock star, or she's a live wire, she does this. That's how normally I get introduced to clients. I meet Maryann, she's like this. But none had given me an interview like that. Everybody had given me an interview, spoke a lot about my value systems and stuff like that. It's okay to be number one, but if you want to retain that number one, you need a lot more stuff. That's why I tell people. Then it's when a lot of other stuff come into play. Be it your value system, be it your passion, be it you just competing with yourself. I started seeing a lot of those qualities in me, and that was
A very happy feeling, a sense
happy
of
feeling.
contentment within.
Absolutely. That's when it's only the recent past that I was actually contented with myself, because so long I was just running the journey, and you suddenly come where you have a moment where you're going to pause. Yeah.
The pause makes you look back what you did,
Very
what's
true.
ahead, everything. So, if you take this moment to say thanks to someone, a person's name or a company name, anything specific, who will be that particular person or an organization that you would like to thank a lot at this point of time?
I can just tell you, somebody that I seen in the industry and grew up was this MC called Shane. I've seen on stage, at least I could connect to on stage with, Nobody in particular that comes to my mind in terms of giving me that break. But along the journey, I think I had a lot of good godfathers on the way. Like Whiscraft Chennai was a huge support. I had Aura, who was a huge support, and these guys are family to me. Ashok, I had DJ Gerard. These guys will just vouch for me wherever I go.
I get it.
So I would not say they gave me the break, but they were continuously there to support me and remind me of where I was and who I should be and what I'm actually doing. I could just blindly go because I knew I had a huge support behind me.
Okay, so what's your say about the co-MC? So there are different criteria why they go for a co-MC. What's your call on? How do you see it? Is it healthy, and what's the best part about it?
I think the only time you should have a co-MC on stage is only when you're doing a red carpet event. If not, I don't see a reason of doing a co-MCing on stage.
Okay.
It's a waste of money for
Two anchors.
two anchors.
Rather
Yeah.
than just pay for one.
Yeah, makes sense, right? And any other kind of, especially for a corporate event, I don't see a reason
For having two MCs. a
for
co-MC.
having two MCs. When you have two strong MCs on stage, then what happens is, I think somewhere both compromise with each other. Instead of you just get the best out of one person, like I said, if it's a grand award, classy, Oscar, red carpet kind of I think it makes sense to have two MCs because you can balance it out, it's formal. Because what happens when you have two MCs is, there's too much of overlapping. So the one that is more professional and more stronger always stays quiet. But whereas the person who's the lesser experienced tends to overtake it on stage, and then you can know the experience is always a compromise on stage. One was known for their formal, their voice, the other one was known for their live action. In that case, if you balance it out, great.
What are the languages you speak? Because I think for any MC, the more the language, the better the money. So how many languages do you speak?
So from the time I grew from where I am to where I am, I only spoke one language, that is English.
Okay.
I think you and me had the privilege of working for an event together, and you came in to handle the Tamil. I think this was for Louis Vuitton, right?
Right.
And I was handling the English. Right after that event, I was doing an event for some reason with Ajay Titus. And he was doing the Tamil again, I was doing the English. Not Tamil English, but at least I never knew Tamil at all. So he told me, you know what, the reason that you're not able to do this whole Tamil thing is because you're trying to go formal. Just go colloquial, just go local. We
So
just
can I hear
have
that little Tamil from you when you're telling me this? That would be more nicer.
நீ ஏன் இவ்வளோ காம்ப்ளிகேட் பண்ணுற சிம்பிளாக பேசிக்கோங்க வந்து உட்காருங்க வாங்கோ இதெல்லாம் தேவையே இல்லை சும்மா சிம்பிளாக பேசிட்டு என்கிட்ட பேசுகிற மாதிரி பேசுங்க ஸ்டேஜில் ஸோ அந்த சின்ன விஷயம் பிடிச்சி நான் தமிழ் ஒரு லாங்குவேஜே பில்ட் பண்ணேன் நான் அண்ட் மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்லி அது ஐ காட் கம்ஃபர்டபுள் வித் மை செல்ஃப் ஸோ அங்கே தான் தமிழ் ஆக்சுவலி ஆரம்பித்தேன் தேங்க்ஸ் டு அஜய் ஐ டோன்ட் ஈவன் நோ இஃப் யூ நோஸ் திஸ் பட் ஃப்ரம் தேர் வாஸ் நோ லுக்கிங் பேக்
Ajay Titus from Radio Mirchi.
யா ஃப்ரம் மிர்ச்சி அங்கேருந்து ஒரு முழு ஷோவை நான் தமிழில் பண்ணிக்கலாம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன் பட் கொலோக்கியல் தான் ஸோ reading no, I mean I don't read and write Tamil. So from there I became confident and comfortable.
Any other languages? Tamil, English?
Tamil, English, that's about it. I can read and write Hindi. I'm not comfortable speaking on stage because I think for my specialization it's not important for me to know a little bit of the language. I need to know the language fully because I'm not a scripted MC. I'm more a live MC. So for me, English is my main language.
So now there are different genres in MCing, right?
Yeah.
Be it your team building, or we talk about awards, or we talk about our launches, dealers meet, whatever, okay, birthdays and all that, sangeets. So we know very well you're known for your team building, right? So tell us more about it, and if I'm not wrong, you also love it the most in terms of genres of MCing, if I'm not wrong.
So like I said, there are various different genres of MCing, and when I was trying to understand which is my area of speciality. So I had a group of them saying that the accent that I spoke English in was my strength.
Okay.
And I was quite amused to know a couple of years back that I was known for my voice. I believe that my strength, according to other people, were formal events, but I really didn't enjoy doing formal events only because they were scripted. First 10 years, I definitely prefer doing informal events. So my kind of events were more like the family days, where I had to create the experience using the employees or the families themselves. I think that was my strength. But like I said, when I hit a benchmark of touching almost 15 years, I was thinking, what next? So when I used to do my annual days and those events, I used to do a lot of interaction on stage. Everything else that I do, somebody can copy it. I had my own unique style to it. The reason that I was doing it connected me to doing team building actually. How I got the audience to be a part of the whole event and how I actually created the experience for them. And if I'm able to use the same thought process in working with individuals, I think I could change the work atmosphere itself. The cliche way of calling it is team building. So I don't really call it team building. I call it employee engagement, and I work on a subject called leave your titles at the door. Because I believe I create a forum that I let no age barrier, no hierarchy, no designation take over each other. And I just believe in everybody's here just to
all
kind of
one name.
Yeah, something like that. So that's been working for me, and I like it. Yeah.
So how was that feeling of being a monopoly? I think your days would be 99.9% packed. So what's your say about that?
So when I was, as you call, monopoly, I didn't even know I was monopoly. When I started getting my competitors on board, it's then when I realized, you know what? I had this whole market literally to myself because I had a very strong hold in Chennai, Bangalore and Hyderabad. There would be days I do 3 shows in 3 of these different cities. That can only be a combination of a press meet and employee engagement and an annual day. Like I had some good competitors from Bangalore. When I had to go into their own industry, I was welcomed. I had to get better. And that's the competition back there. Not too many, just 1 or 2 of them rather. But however, I was able to play ball in the Bangalore market as well. I had a choice to settle down in Bangalore or go to Bombay. I chose to stay back in Chennai for reasons of the heart. I'm happy staying here. But what do I think of the industry having so many people enter? I actually love it. But today there are so many people, and you believe me or not, some of the junior MCs are so damn good. So I think over the 10 years, I think the industry has grown a lot. There's so many people coming in the industry, and I think it's for the good. What I chose to do when I was in the 10th year, I see people doing it in the 2nd year because they have competition. They have to, if not, they don't survive. So I think, and some of them are really good, like I said, some of them are really good. I think this whole clustering in the industry, to call it, is definitely for the good. When you're saying that, I think everybody has their own area of specialization.
Absolutely.
I just keep telling the girls, know what is your area of specialization and focus on that. But what happens is everybody wants to do everything, and not everybody is cut off to do everything. I think if I had to redo something in my own career, I think I would have specialized in, let me just specialize in this. If they think of this, they should think of me. But I'm at least glad when they think of MC, they think of Maryann. So no regrets on that. I'll be like, this person should just do this. The same person, if I take on stage and make them do a game, they just goof up and they make a fool of themselves. But that should come with a lot of maturity and security.
So Maryann, it's been 18 years you're journeying, and I'm damn sure you have had a lot of learnings. I want you to share some few tips, little tidbits that can be useful to all our fellow brothers and sisters. Yeah.
Only after meeting these girls, I came to know their thought process, that many of them think this is a glamour industry. This is not a glamour industry, this is a service industry. Looking good is one of the most top things, but this industry requires more than just looking good or just a pretty face on stage. So that's number one that I keep telling all the girls. The next thing is, being there on stage, talking, you got all that, that's why you're on stage. What's more than that? I think taking responsibility for the whole event. I think that was my secret part of success. Treat every event like as if it was your first event. Always have something more to offer in every event. Try to go across your comfort level sometimes. Be brave enough to take risk. It's very important to take that risk on stage. At least you'll learn what you should not do next time. When you're talking on stage, you would actually be able to hear what you're trying to say, and you'll approve of the words you're trying to say. You'll actually know when you repeated 2 words on stage. So have that kind of presence on stage, which means you have to be there. You can't think of 10 different things and be on stage. That's not going to work, because there's no retake once you're live on stage. It's okay if you make mistakes, because a lot of them get really demotivated when they make mistakes. It's okay. Don't copy anybody. You cannot be a replica of another MC. All you can do is you can take something that you like from a senior or from your co-MC and use it in your own identity and bring it out as your own identity, because that's when I think it's you'll create your own identity for yourself. Wherever you are, no matter how you grow, just remember that whatever you do on stage, that's the stage life. When you come out, just be yourself, because I think that's what gets you where you are on stage. If you carry that awe that I've been there, I've done that, I think you're in trouble.
So, who do you think personally? If from one person to one person, it's going to be different. But personally, for you, who do you really think is going to be like someone who's really calibered? Like you feel, yeah, she's going to really travel a long way, man. I see that spark in her.
I'll put myself in trouble over here. Because I have a lot of
one question that I put you in trouble, right?
I have a lot of these girls. I think everybody is so unique, is different, and like I said, if they know the area of specialization, they can grow.
True.
They can grow. You believe me or not, I'm always in awe when I see a junior MC. I'm like, I can just see where she should be. She should be in this area or that area or this area. It's just that they need to realize where they should be. And I've not really worked with an MC that I think is not good. This little girl that I'm training, I'm not training, take it back, but I'm mentoring, and she's with me. Her name is Sana. Mm-hmm. She's very new to the industry. I hope she's not about getting married, making babies and all that stuff. If not, with her Tamil, she's fab. And I met 7-8 MCs along with her, but when she's in a Tamil, she's in a zone. I'm like, hello, I'm on stage. You remember? But she's in a zone. I think if she does the same thing in English, and if she knows where the specialization is, she's good. I should say that I really like the way Savina is on stage. I've had the privilege to work with her and train her. If she knows what she's doing, I think she's here to stay. But someday I think I could vouch for in terms of my calculated risk, I can go with her.
But how about the pricing? Like how you see, all the people in the corporates, they go offshore and they come back, they get a hike. That's what they call it. But how do you think in emceeing it works?
You know what? It's interesting now that you're asking me. So you know what? It's a new trend. If you do an international event, sorry guys, don't beat me up for this. I heard MCs don't charge for international events.
They don't charge?
Yeah, they don't charge.
That's news to me. Okay.
Because you just want the opportunity to travel, which I think is so cool. When I have traveled to a couple of places across the globe, to do events, and I was asked, you're traveling 3 days of your days are blocked, you charge 3 times the money, it's all bullshit.
Right.
I don't think it should be like that. Because it's actually an opportunity for you to go abroad and do something. See another country, number one, have the experience, number two. In terms of explore, you're having everything taken care of. What do you want 3 more times the money? I think it's just, if not, don't do the event. Let's see what your choice is then after that. Okay, but I have a couple of my friends, I don't want to take names, but they do a lot of international events and they do it free of cost. They say, we just want our flight tickets, our food, our stay, and we will stay back for probably 4 or 5 days extra as well. Between 2 countries, we'll choose to stay in one country. We just take care of that, and that's good enough. And they're doing pretty well for themselves that way, and I think that's how it's got to be. But I don't do it free of cost because honestly, when I do an international event, I actually block 4 days of my time, and I have a family, and I prefer doing a show in Chennai than doing a show abroad, because I'm leaving my family behind. If I have a date that is blocked, with something that I have to do, and if I have another event coming, I sell my date for a certain amount. So same thing when I do an international event, I don't charge because of the number of days, but I charge because if it's a hot date on my personal calendar and I have to release it, it better be worth the money.
What do you really think? There are a lot of people have the stereotype mindset. Oh, after 35, after I have a baby, I don't know if I can do emceeing. Could people accept me and things like that? What's your say on this?
I think even up for a mom who works in an IT company or any other industry, leaving her daughter or a child and going for off for 2 days would be as heart-taking as this profession. Yes, there are days that you'll end up just like packing your bags and leaving, and you realize your child is sick or your child is unwell, and then you cannot reschedule because there is no second day for an event. On the other hand, I think once I became a mom, I think I became a better MC. So with my entry of my first son, I realized why I was on stage. That question I never knew throughout my first 10 years of my journey. That question of why on stage made me realize how to, now that I know why I'm on stage, I just have to improvise it and bring it out. Then when my daughter came in, I realized that I evolved completely as an MC. And I felt now I'm an MC. I was right there. I completely had the experience of handling anything. When my daughter came in, I was actually more selected of my shows. I knew what are the shows I want to do. I knew what I shouldn't do. I knew how much I should charge. I never knew that all the time. I knew who I should work with. I knew who's a waste of time to work with. I was very clear after my kids, because I think that it's a priority. First you have your dates, you like what you're doing, you're just doing everything that comes your way now. It's not like that now. I think I'm choosy, and I only do selected stuff.
How do you think you can give back to this community, the MCs in the town?
I think I'm already giving back. When my son was born, he was 3 months old when I decided to get back on stage. When I stood on stage, I was a feeding mom. I was dressed up like this baby doll. I was in Temple Bay, and I was thinking of my child behind. And I was wondering, what am I doing over here? What am I doing on stage? Who am I? Who am I as a person? It was just conflict of interest. I came home and I cried. And I told my husband, I think I'm done. So my husband, I always question myself, when should I get done? When do I stop? So I didn't want to ask people to ask me. I prefer people asking me, why are you quitting, instead of them asking, why not quit, So I was wondering which was the right time for me to take that decision. When I had that feeling on stage, I came back home and I told my husband, I think I'm done. I'm not Maryann on stage anymore. So he said, fair enough, no problem, you quit and see what you want to do. I took a break again, for a few days. Anyway, I was not going back to back with shows that time because the baby was too small. And then I went back on stage. And that time of me taking a break, I thought of it. Why do I want to take a break? Why did I not feel like that? Then I realized that I was portraying something that I was not. I was trying to be this cool baby doll. No. Then that's when I said, that was a moment that I realized that why I'm on stage. I make people happy. I have the privilege and the gift to create experiences no matter how bad their day has been. And I'm like, wow, I'm giving back to society actually. And that's when I decided to reconsider and restart and continue, and I only got better and better at it. And at that given point of time, when I was planning to quit, honestly, I didn't have too many people in the industry. And the only thing that made me stay back is like, who would take over from here? So then the only person I did speak about was my husband. I told him, I think I'm going to make MCs. So till today, I've been asked to start my own institute for MCing. But it's just too much to deal with humans at the same given point of time. So I didn't really want to start my own institute because I didn't want to earn money out of it. So what I started doing is, anybody who puts me on and says she needs help, I'm like, come, no problem. I want to be an MC. Can you help me? And I'm like, yeah. everybody's welcomed. I give them all my tips. There are a few I select because I know they're in the same wavelength that I am in, and I kind of really give them my 100% in terms of genuinely telling them, do this, don't do this, this is not what you're supposed to do. It just gives me a sense of contentment and happiness because I feel, like I said when I started off, everything I am today is what the industry has given me. So definitely I look at giving back as much as possible to the industry. First of all, congratulations to Monisha on completing a 10 years journey. 10 years by itself is a benchmark and an experience. And I think she's used this 10 years benchmark very liberally to share it with the industry. And she's thought, why not reconnect with the industry? And I think it's a privilege for all of us because I think we all wait for the opportunity to reconnect with each other. We've never had an opportunity like this to hear each other's chat and each other's experience, each other's finer moments, each other's failures, each other's what's made each other to be as unique as we are. So thank you, Monisha, for sharing your 10 years with us and helping us share our experience on your remarkable.
Okay, so finally we come to the end of my talk show. So thank you so much once again.
Thank
Maryann.
you.
So I'm going to wish you loads of luck, a lot more shows, yeah. So explore more, know more about your inner self, have fun, and pass that fun and love to the people who you work with. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I have a token of love for you. So here goes.
This
a
is
sweet
so
mug
cool,
with a
yeah.
picture of us.
I love this actually. It's really nice. Thank you. You.
Thank you
Thank you so much, Monisha. So I'm going to think of you every time, first thing in the morning.
With a sip of a coffee.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's hope to meet soon. All the very best.
Wishing you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Another 10 years in the industry.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.